All right, welcome to Weekly Wise. Thank you all for being here. Glad to have you. And just want to start with telling you a little about what Weekly Wise is. For those that, if it's your first time here or hearing about us, we started this about, this is number 13, so however many months 13 weeks is, ago, because we were thinking to ourselves, what are we going to do with all this ice cream? Quite frankly, that was our question. The reason being, we had just hosted Ben & Jerry's Free Cone Day at our house, and we had 3 chest freezers completely to the brim with Ben & Jerry's ice cream. And it was totally awesome, and yet we were wondering, what do we do with all this? I'm happy to eat it. Don't mind you, my pleasure. But we also thought we wanted to integrate it somehow with our business and with what we were doing there. And at the same time, we didn't want to just be, okay, here's a business presentation and come get some ice cream. We wanted it to be more valuable than that. And we also wanted to attract the kinds of people that would be interested in what we had to offer. And so that's how the mastermind of this all came together to create Weekly Wise, where we invite someone each week, including my son, who's 18 months and cute, to come share, invite people to come share something, kind of like a mini TED Talk, if you will. And by so doing, provide value to people. So that was kind of our intent. And this week it is my pleasure to be able to introduce Daniel Blomberg. Say it Blomberg, right? I thought so, but then I second guessed myself since I'm talking, you know. He is a pianist and a man of passion. He graduated from BYU. He's from Sweden, came here to go to BYU, graduated there in music and, now that I'm up here, I just family history, that's right, music and family history with a minor in Russian. And he speaks 8 languages, which is more than I think in, and by a lot. And just a fantastic man. I got to meet Daniel about a month ago now, I guess, at an event we were at called Live Big. And it was a pleasure to meet him. We just kind of just hit it off, and really was very impressed with him. And finding out his talents and his passion for music was very exciting, and we invited him to come. So we're so glad that he's here, and welcome, Daniel. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Matt, Bonnie, for hosting this and for letting me come. I'm really excited to be here. My presentation is entitled Why Music? And I figured that since it's why music, then I might just start by giving you some music, and we'll get into the why afterwards.
Deal.
Deal?
Deal.
Good. This song is called Only a Child, and I wrote this one in 2007. 7 pounds, 9 ounces, seems so long ago, but I recall like yesterday. Tiny fingers clasp mine, not letting go. Your eyes alone, they seem to say, you call my name each night when I come home. Run, you build, you count out loud. Help your mother do the dishes, sweep the floor. Boy, you're making me so proud. I watch you on the smile, I catch you when you fall, and I teach you how to sing. amazing thing. Joy that only a child can bring. It's 2 a.m. You're finally back to sleep. I'm just standing here watching you. I'm so imperfect, but you seem to say to me, it's okay, I'm a beginner too. I want you on the smile, I catch you when you fall. Can I teach you how to see? I hold you when you cry. Believe that somehow you're the most amazing thing. Joy that only a child can bring. I laugh at all your jokes. I'm the only from your face. Can I teach you right from wrong? Now you cry for joy when you smile. Can't believe your mother now. Getting such an amazing thing. Joy that only a child can bring. Thank you. Are you happy? No?
What?
Are you happy?
Yes.
Yes.
How happy are you?
Thrilled.
Are you happier now than when this evening started?
Yes.
Okay, then I have at least started to prove my point. Unless you're just saying yes to be nice, then I have not proved my point. So the presentation is entitled "Why Music?" And the subtitle, I don't know if you read it on Facebook, is "Why Your Passion is Your Greatest Tool to get the people around you, to help the people around you perform to the highest of their potential." And this is an unexplored subject, relatively. There's a lot written about why you should follow your passion for your own sake. And I'm sure you could give me lots of reasons. You just feel better when you're engaged in something that you're passionate about. But I have been interested in why you and I engaging in our passion, whether that's music, for me it's music, among other things, and or something completely different, whatever your passion is. When we engage in that passion, why is that important for other people, for the people around us? And that's something that I think there hasn't been enough written or said about. So I've decided to talk about that today. We're gonna let some more people in the door, I think. There's oh, wonderful. Okay, so let's see if we can put you on the spot tonight. Maybe we won't. Anyway, so
Do whatever you want.
so once upon a time, I lived in Belgium for a couple of years, and I found this quote that really helped me dig into my why. And since that's one of the things I'm supposed to do here, share my why, I will start from there. The quote, I won't quote it in its entirety, but it's something like, "A man filled with the love of God is not content to bless his own family alone, but ranges throughout the world, anxious to bless the entire human race." And that really struck a chord with me. because, well, first of all, I really love meeting people from different countries, hanging out with people that speak languages that aren't my language, which is why I've had to learn so many, because nobody speaks mine. And, well, maybe that guy. Of course, he does. But the important part for me was to have access to other people's minds and to have that exchange. And I realized that I could actually serve other people by doing that. So I learned a bunch of languages. And that's something that I'm passionate about. Music is my favorite language, because with music, you can express things that there are no words for in any language that I know of, at least. And that expression can make people laugh, can make people cry, can make people elated. I played at a funeral, a friend's brother who just passed away, and it was me and a vocalist, and it was obviously a very heavy occasion. People were sad as people are at funerals. And as we went up to perform, the atmosphere in the room changed. And by the time we were done, it was a completely different feeling in the room. And that's one of the times that I just said, thank you for letting me be a musician. I had never paid attention, I guess, enough to how it changes other people when I engage in my passion. So back to my why. Samuel Huntington is a political scientist, and he says that faith and family, blood and belief are what people identify with and what they will fight and die for. And I think that's true for a lot of people. For me, it certainly is. Faith and family, blood, as in kin, and belief. That is what I will fight for, and what I will engage my my power and my faculties for in life. And so, as I considered how I can best go about that, I crafted a mission statement from the quote that I shared with you earlier about ranging through the world, anxious to bless the entire human race. For me, it came down to serving my family and serving the nations of the world. And I've hit up about 20 so far. I'm hoping to get up to about 79 or so before I die. Just because that's a good number.
79 or so.
79 or so. Maybe more countries in my IQ, that'd be nice. 79? So I really love that part, ranging about the world, anxious to bless the entire human race. And I realized that, you know, the best way I can do that is by engaging all my faculties. The man who had this valley settled, I don't know if you've heard of it, Mr. Brigham Young, he said that the best way that you can serve God is by giving him the faculties, the talents and skills that he's given you, dedicating them to him. I'm paraphrasing here, obviously. And then he asked, which ones? And the answer he gives is every single one of them. And I really believe that if we have desires to do good in the world, then that is pleasing to the universe. I think we are in alignment, in harmony with the universe when we use any of our faculties or skills to do good for other people. And so that, I guess, is one of the reasons why it's not just good for me when I use my passions, but it's good for other people too. Here's another example, which might be more everyday. One of our friends shared with my wife and me the other day that when she and her husband were newlyweds, or reasonably new in their marriage, she told him to choose something for a profession that would make him happy. And she didn't say that he had to make a lot of money to support their family or whatever, but to her, it was more important that he be happy in his work than that he bring home a huge paycheck. Because a huge paycheck certainly has its pros, but if that was going to mean that he would come home and be grumpy because he hated his job, or that he would be unfulfilled in his life because there was just stuff missing, and that wasn't worth it to her. So she saw wisely that when he could be his best self, when he could have something in his life, when he could be engaged in something that he loved, then that would spill over into her life and their future children's lives. And I believe that it has. So does it have a bigger implication than that? Or, I mean, that's a really nice and everyday and bring it home example. But are there more? Are there more examples? I would like to share a quote from Clayne Robinson. I don't know if anyone here knows who Clayne Robinson is. He got his degree in law at a pretty good university called Harvard. And if you get your if you get your law degree at Harvard, you're a pretty dang good lawyer, I would think. The problem was that he didn't love it. And he pushed himself through law school. He wanted to finish it. He wanted to please his wife and be a good provider, good husband. And he even got his first job out of university working for a law firm. And somehow he realized that he just had to make the shift, but he just couldn't bring himself to make it for all those years. But in the end, he did. And he asked his wife if she would be okay married to a musician, and to his great surprise, she said that she would love that. So he became a musician. And he talks a little bit about the irony of a Harvard lawyer turned struggling opera singer. But at the end, he ended up teaching voice at Brigham Young University. And he tells about, he happened to be conducting the BYU oratorio choir for a semester to cover someone else's sabbatical leave. He says, here's what happened. There was a day in class when we were preparing The Spirit of God Like a Fire is Burning to be performed for a devotional at which the president and prophet of the church, Spencer W. Kimball, would speak. There was one 5-second lifetime in that rehearsal, which by itself confirmed that we had found something better. The insights were coming quickly, quietly, sometimes humorously, on how to help each choir member sing beautiful sounds. We even experienced a few moments when the notes vaulted out of their original stiff measures and into a flexible musical arc. Then came that simple yet profound insight. The words to that great hymn were still coming out at level 1, one word at a time, straight from that little memorized hymnal which was planted in us long ago in junior Sunday school. The music was starting to be beautiful, but we didn't know what we were saying as we sang. Just recognizing that catapulted us instantly to level 2, so a higher level of performance. Now as we sang, our minds flew in curiosity to discover what had been coming out of our mouths all those years. I love that they're rediscovering what they've been singing many times before. We'll sing and we'll shout with the armies of heaven. Oh, that's a nice idea. Are we really going to do that? But we began to realize that there was a level 3, which required a major change in thinking as we sang. By the way, if you're uncomfortable with the religious part of this, then just focus on the passion part, him using his passion. Level 3, it seems, is an actor's concept, not a musician's. To be convincing on stage, every thought you speak must become your own thought, not the playwright's. It must generate anew each time in your heart and mind. Find its automatic subtle reflections in your body and emotions, and then, and only then, begin to come out of your mouth as a collection of words to express what is now your own thoughts. Isn't that a cool concept? So basically, when you sing, in order to be really effective in projecting those feelings that were intended by the composer. Those feelings have to be your own feelings. That's what he talks about as level 3. It is a pattern: original thought, emotional physical response, words in your mouth. Each unit overlaps the next, but always remains in order. No words come that are not preceded by a thought in your mind and an emotional feeling in your body. I love that. In my best moments at the piano, I try to imagine bringing down a little piece of heaven, which is something that we do together. No musician can do that alone, no matter how good he is. It is a group effort. When we are in a room or over the internet, hello mom, it's 4 o'clock in Sweden. She's a faithful, kind mother sitting up and listening. But when we are together and we create something in the room, in the moment, then that by itself is a piece of art. It's not what the musician is creating, it's what the musician and the audience are creating together. And that is the true reward of every musician, when you feel that you're one with the audience. And hopefully that's rewarding to the audience too, which, if that's the case, then proves my point, right? So for a few brief seconds, Brother Robinson goes on to say, 180 of us sang that inspired him at level 3, and its illuminating message burned its way into our hearts at level 4. Many of us were in tears. One girl came to me at the end of the rehearsal, not holding back the tears, saying, "Brother Robinson, you will never know the sacrifices my family and I have made for me to be here at BYU. But if nothing else happens to me while I am here, and that brief moment, it will have been worth every sacrifice." He changed her life. Could he have done that if he had stayed as a Harvard graduated lawyer at his law firm? It never would have happened. I don't care how good of a lawyer he is, he never would have done that for that girl. It couldn't have happened. I'm sure he could have done some good in the world, but him digging into his passion and finding what was important to him spilled over into her life and the other 179 people in that room, and blessed them and filled them emotionally and created moments that were incredible. And that is what I'm talking about. To create together these moments. I'm going to see if I can dig out one of my other quotes here. And while I'm doing that, actually, never mind. Here it comes. This is the perfect way to continue here. Have you ever heard of the quote that Nelson Mandela never uttered? You've heard of it? Okay. So I love it. And the first time I quoted it, I said, this is from Nelson Mandela, and then I later found out that it's not. It's from Marianne Williamson. And she says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So in conclusion, I hope that answers the question. Who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Why should I be brilliant at whatever it is I love doing? It's because my playing small does not serve the world. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And that for me means the most shining example of what God has already put in you. The things that you're passionate about. Your passion, in the words of one of my absolute favorite authors, Leslie Householder, becomes a portal to genius. A portal to achieving things that your skills alone will not allow you to do. But your skills and your passion together will allow you to perform at your highest level of contribution. And as we are liberated from our fear of doing that, we might think that, oh, it's never going to bring in any money, or it's not going to make people around me happy, or I just don't deserve to be happy in that way. I hope we can debunk that. As we are liberated from our own fear and follow our passion, not only because it makes us happy, but because it makes people around us happy, then our presence automatically liberates others. I want to close by playing something that unites my passion for music with my deepest why of faith and family. It's a song I learned at church. It's called I Stand All Amazed. Thank you so much for letting me come today.
Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to cover or not after that. It felt wonderful, though. Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you, Daniel. That was great. That was wonderful. When you quoted, so we're talking about our business a little bit. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we do this as part of the business that we do. And when I created my business entity, I called it Range the Earth, because rangetheworld.com was taken. But based on that same quote, that a man filled with the love of God is not content with blessing his family alone, but will range the whole world, anxious to bless the whole human race. And so to say that what you said resonated with me is an understatement. Thank you. That was great. My why for sharing what we will share now, and I will introduce my brother-in-law in a moment, is that I believe one of the fundamental characteristics of life's purpose is lifelong learning. Continuing to learn and to grow especially in that which we love, the talents and passions we've been given. And I ask a question that's come to me that I've learned. If you've heard the quote that the quality of our lives is determined by the quality of our questions, I believe that. Nice to meet you. And the quality of our kids. And one of those questions for me is, what is the purpose of my education? So I would offer that to you for consideration, is what is the purpose of education for you? And for me, it is very much related to gaining the character and the confidence to live my life mission that I feel called to do, based on my passions and my desires to impact the planet, really. So with that, it's my pleasure to introduce my brother-in-law. I married well, I will say, and married to a great family. And Ryan, my wife's brother, is someone that I admire very much. I don't know if you have a chance to go back, if you haven't seen it, he spoke at one of these weekly Whys, on one of our first ones we did, and his video's on YouTube, and you really get a sense of the journey that he's been on. He's made an incredible journey of learning and development, and so I'm excited to get the chance to introduce him, have him come up and share with you a little bit of his why, what we're going to share with you tonight. Again, the idea being that if you're here, if this resonates with you, then you'll at least probably be interested in what we have to share. And if it resonates with you, great. If not, great. But with that, come on up, Ryan. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, it's fun hugging Matt because his shoulders right above my head, so there's always plenty of soft flesh to rest on. Anyway, so like you said, questions are the answers. Quality of our life is determined by the questions. I'm going to ask a few questions. What do you want? Think about that for a second. So many people go through life with an idea, and they have what they've been programmed to want, what the social programming has said, this is what you want, this is what you don't want, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. How many people become clear, say, do I really want that? What is my unique gift that no one else can give like I can give it? Where is my deepest passion? So in the Stromberg Mentoring Network, we're a group of people dedicated to living lives of greatness. We do like success. We have a higher aim. We don't just want to succeed. We want to thrive, to create what has never been created before. And we're firmly dedicated to that belief. Each one of us has a unique talent, unique gift that will bring us so much passion, so much joy, so much fulfillment, and open so many doors for us that no one else can do it just the way that each person can. So the question is, why are you here? Let's go ahead and poll the audience a little bit. What of all the things you could do this week, this Tuesday night, Why is this the one that you chose?
It's my house. I live here.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to have it.
No.
Just have fun.
Anybody care to answer?
I came because of him.
Good.
Okay.
I was really curious to hear his opinion on why he chose music.
Good.
I'm a musician, so I was like, about music.
Wonderful. Okay. So the fact that you're here says quite a bit about you. It says that you believe in sharing true values and sharing music. And the question is, most of us probably have a good idea of what we want. We're living in a way that's bringing some satisfaction. Are you living that gift to its full potential? Okay? So this is what the Strong Mentoring Network is all about. A community of people dedicated to living lives of greatness. In the Mentoring Network, if you come in, you will find mentors, people who have established themselves in their passions in various areas that can help us create the life that we want. You can help us get the idea, what exactly do I want? What do I believe? What do I choose to do? Who do I choose to be with? How much money do I make? What do I use it for? Where do I choose to live? We believe that you get to choose, right? Our lives are our own for that purpose. So all of these people together will give you your message, and you can receive wisdom from one, and then put them aside. You can receive wisdom from another. You can choose which area of your life is the most important for you to work on in this particular time of your life. And so what it is to join, you simply pay $99 a month. There will be free content coming out soon, but presently, $99 a month will give you access to all of these people. Most of these people I never heard of before, but I've come to know and love them. Les Brown, Leslie Householder, Nicolene Peck teaches self-government at House United. Many other people that have impacted my life greatly. And so I am full of dedication, determination, and passion that I can live greatness. I can let my true light shine, and I can do something that this world has never, ever seen before. I can impact people that never would have been impacted otherwise. I can create greatness. I'm dedicated to this belief, and if you also are dedicated to that belief, we encourage you to act on that. Act on that tonight. If you don't have time tonight, pick a time, plan a time in the near future to go to strongbrook.com and click on their mentoring tab and see what this is all about. This community, and if you don't choose to be a part of the Strong Brook Mentoring Network, I plead with you, be a part of a network of people who are bettering themselves, of people who are living the highest truth possible, who are living in their passion. If you don't know what your passion is, that's okay. That's a good starting point. The fact that you want to know is a great place to start. And eventually, the plan of what your true greatness is unfolds. And the motto for the Strong Brook Mentoring Network is where the impossible becomes the inevitable. I am such a different man than when I first joined Strong Brook. It's amazing. The transformation that's taking place, and I'm only getting started. Matt mentioned my journey. I have quite a story. It's only beginning. Now I'm finding my true passion, and I'm going to let it shine. So we encourage you, plead with you, invest in yourself. Love yourself enough to invest in yourself. And if it's with Strong Brook Mentoring Network, we'd love to have you. If it's not, somehow, some way, choose that you are worth it. You are worth the effort. You are worth the time to develop your true talents. That is what is most important to me in my life. So with that, we give you that invitation to check it out. And we're going to bring out the ice cream now. So here we go. This is Daniel's favorite ice cream.
Come on, Daniel. I'll take her from one to left.
Okay, you can.
That's what.
There.
Everything but the. This is a collision of chocolate and vanilla ice cream filled with peanut butter cups, fudge-covered toffee pieces, white chocolatey chunks, and fudge-covered almonds. So, we get to do the, you've heard of an unveiling before, right? This is a, yes, this is a ritual. This is the unwrapping of
Unboxing.
unboxing, that's what we call it. Okay. All right. See, determination is what gets you what you want. Persistence and confidence can accomplish anything. Okay. Here it is. We like to show the audience what it is why it is they need to come in person. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Why your mother needs to fly over here.
I'll talk to her about that. Okej, mamma, du kommer nästa gång, va?
They do have a Ben & Jerry's in Sweden, even if they did close it
Okay.
down for Free Cone Day because of
Is that
2000.
enough? Yes. Yes. This is the beginning of inspiration. Okay. This is everything but that. All right. Okay. But we love you all so much. Thank you for coming and sharing your time with us. Here you go, Daniel.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
So let's talk about next week.
Yeah,
All right,
you want me to?
so Matt's going to tell us
Okay.
what's going to happen next
So
week.
next week it'll be Deanna Rowan coming. She is a mutual friend of ours for many years. She is going to be talking on. Sorry, I know a few topics she talks on. I had to remember it for a second. She's going to be talking about what do you do with I don't know. How do you get past I don't know? Knowing her, she's mentored us. We've taken a course and things that she's put together. And we love her. She's inspired us. She's helped us become better people, better couple. And I highly encourage you, that resonates with you at all, that sticks out, join us. And thank you. And now let's go eat some ice cream. Bye online. Thanks.